Hare Krishna, everyone. Very, very nice to see all of you. And uh, it's been a long time since I've seen Sushmita Mataji and Param Prabhu. Very happy to see you guys. Let's get started. This is the very, very holy month of Purushottam. And before we delve into this, into the details, I want to start with a small story. But before we get to that, let us make some invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadesh Jai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let us all raise our hands up in a helpless mood. Let us chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langhayati girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So, Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. I would like to start with a small story, very significant story. So please hear this very carefully. Once a photographer from the Western world, he went to a very remote tribal place. So generally, like there is a tendency, like when the photographers they come to tribal areas, like okay, to third world countries, okay, they want some sensation and they want to capture something. So this photographer was also like that. He wanted to capture something very sensational news. So what he did is he saw that these tribal people, they're very poor, and he showed them that he has a very big bag of chocolates. I can see Param Prabhu's daughter also. Do you like chocolates?
Yes or
Okay.
no? Yeah.
Okay. So Hare Krishna Vidya. So this
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this we are talking about a story about a photographer who came from a Western world, and he wanted to capture something sensational in a tribal area. So he brought with him a big bag of chocolates, and he showed this big bag of chocolates to the tribal children, and he said, "We will play a game, and in this game, I will keep this bag of chocolate about 400 meters away underneath a tree, and we will have a race. Whoever wins that race, they will get all the bag of chocolates." Now visualize, these are tribal children. Forget about chocolates. They do not get even daily meals in very in very malnourished condition. So when this race said ready, steady, go, the photographer said. So all the children started running, and suddenly one child fell down. So what happened? Everyone came back. They held this child, and then they everyone held each other by their hands, and they started walking towards the finish line. The photographer was astonished to see what was going on. So they walked across, they went to the finish line underneath the tree, picked up the bag of chocolate, shared it with each and every one. So they shared this bag of chocolates amongst all so that everyone got the chocolates. So while they were eating this chocolate, they were enjoying, relishing the chocolate. The photographer came in and he said, I told you that this was a race. Whoever runs to the tree, they could get it. So any of you could have got the entire bag of your own. Why did you catch hand one by one? Why did you catch each other's hand and then walk there? You just got very few of the chocolates. What is the reason for this? Please hear this answer very carefully. The children who are in the tribal area, who do not get even good food, who are generally in the malnourished condition, they replied, how could we be happy by having this alone? We wanted to share and have this because sharing is caring. If we share, that means we care. This really transformed the heart of the photographer because in the city life, everyone is on the run and everyone is trying to make things for their own. But these tribal children are teaching him something more than what he has learned in terms of values. These tribal children are teaching him what sharing means. See, to share when you have many things is one aspect, but to share when you have nothing is a far greater aspect. So, why I thought of sharing this is because this Krishna Katha is also when Srila Prabhupada came to US, his mood was he wanted to share this pastimes of Krishna. He wanted to share all about Krishna because he cared for others. Um, I want to tell you about the position of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is not like us, not like any of us. He is not like a person who has gone through his life, who has struggled, who has uh, uh, like who somehow um, like he came from a business family and then he had a lot of money. He somehow employed someone and got these books translated. No, he translated all these books of his own. At the age when people retire and they settle down in one place, Srila Prabhupada took a life mission to go across the seven seas, travel from India to US, because his guru had asked him that go spread this message of Krishna consciousness in the West, to the Western world, because the acharyas could see that the Kali Yuga is going to go in a very, very rapid way. And Kali Yuga is an age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So in this age, people are hankering to be happy. Think about it just for a moment. There are so many schools, so many colleges. Why do people want to go to good school? Because they can go to a better college. Why do people want to go to a better college? Because they can get a better job. Why do people want to go to a better company for a job? Because they get a great experience by doing that. And why do people who have better job, what do they get out of it? Like they get higher salary. And why do they need higher salary? Because they think that this is going to make them happy. Now, Now think about it. One who has a great salary package, he is aspiring for more, and the thirst for more never ends. Srila Prabhupada used to say this. This is something which really touched my heart, very much deeply it touched my heart. He said that okay, in metropolitan cities like Mumbai, like New York, like the West, uh, the Bay Area, the business cities like the Boston, London. In these places, what people do is they buy, even Delhi for that matter, they buy houses, and houses by square feet are very pricey there. So they buy houses, and let's talk about Mumbai. So people buy houses which are worth crores. Like people talk like, okay, hey, what is your house worth? And they feel pride in saying, okay, it is 2 crores. But there is a story behind it. There is a loan behind it. And they sign up for a 30-year loan. Okay, now the entire life they are working like donkey from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., not getting any time to, to relax in that home. That is the real condition. It is a very pathetic condition, but that is what it is. And ultimately, like we are in the rat race. We are totally in the rat race. We are all seeking for happiness, but we do not know where we want to find the happiness. There is a very nice analogy that my spiritual master, His Holiness Param Pujya Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he says that there is a deer um, in, and I'm forgetting, in certain part of California it is found. And this deer is a unique deer, and there is a particular name for this particular deer, which is not coming to on top of my head. But this deer has, um, from its, it is trying to find some the fragrance of a musk, okay, and it is trying to look for everywhere, and anywhere it looks for, it is trying to find where this musk's fragrance is coming from, but it doesn't know that the fragrance of the musk is coming from its own body. Trying to look for everywhere, it is coming from within. Yeah, musk deer, thank you. So, and so similarly, we are all seeking for happiness. We are all seeking for love, for reciprocation of love. And in this world, we are somehow or other, always and always, we are frustrated in our efforts to get happiness. Whether it is the quest for relationship, whether it is the quest for monetary material gain, um, or whether it is the quest for more ambitious needs. Um, but we are, I mean, we are happy, we are temporarily happy, but in the long run, there is always frustration. So that is why bhakti is very, very important. Srila Prabhupada writes in the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita that we have all been through various lifetimes, and we have all been in various bodies. Okay, so from an ant, lizard, tree, anything that we can think of, even microorganisms, we have received this human body. Now let's understand the significance of this human body. So I'll tell a small example. There is a, like in my childhood, once I had this desire, like I used to see um, those parrots in cage. So I desired, okay, to my father that okay, let us bring this parrot home. So similarly, one person, they brought a parrot home, okay, and the parrot, like, okay, from the time they brought it, like, the parrot was always crying and making I mean, he always saw happy parrots, but this parrot was always crying. And he thought that, okay, oh, this parrot doesn't seem to be happy with this iron cage. Let me do one thing. Let me put it in a silver cage. Okay, so he moved the parrot from iron cage to a silver cage. The parrot momentarily was okay, he did not cry, but then after some time, the parrot again started crying and crying. So this person thought, okay, maybe this cage is also doesn't like it. Let me put it in a golden cage. He put it in a golden cage, and when he put it in the golden cage, it was momentarily okay, but then again it started crying, and then suddenly after some time the parrot passed away. The parrot died. So this person called someone. Okay, what happened? Like, okay, this parrot died. I brought this parrot. He said, like, okay, you are a fool. You were just trying to change the cage, but the but the parrot was hungry. You did not feed the parrot with the food. You were just trying to change the cage actually. So that is a big mistake. Now this is the same condition. This is same our condition also. We are we are changing our dresses. We are changing bodies. Just like we change dresses, we change bodies. But lifetime after lifetime, we are we are forgetting, we are ignoring to feed the bird within this cage of body. And what is that bird? That bird is the spirit soul. We are not this body actually. Bhagavad Gita says our real identity is we are spirit soul. So it is, Srila Prabhupada is saying that, okay, it is very, very important that we feed the spirit soul. I will give you an example which will give you full conviction of this fact. Please hear this example very, very carefully. We may be in different situations. We may be in distressed condition. We may be currently in happy condition. Okay, but this material life is such that it will put us in distress. And if we understand this point very nicely, if we get conviction of this point, then we will be able to pass through different times very smoothly with the right set of understanding. So what is that? Um, so let's understand this, that we say in Hindi, sukh. Okay, sukh means uh, happiness. Okay, actually, it is there is no like yeah, the happiness. We say like, okay, what is that? What is that happiness? Generally, in Hindi, and in Hindi, this becomes more relevant. Sukh is referred. Many people say, okay, I want sukh. Okay, but this sukh is for the body. We have to understand. Uh, Shanti, many say that, okay, I want peace. Peace is for the mind. And for the soul, it is Anand. Anand means bliss. So let us take an example. Let's say that we all like luxury. So let us take an example of a person who is in luxury. Let's put ourselves only in that situation. Let's say we like comfortable house. We are in a comfortable house with AC, fully comfortable. And within that house, let's say we like good food. So we are fed with very nice food, very wonderful. Like, okay, chappan bhog means 56 items. Lot of desserts also. Ice creams also are there. There is paneer, there is pulao. All these different type of items are there. All the things that we like, all the items are there. As soon as we are going to eat it, okay, when we were just about to eat this, at that time we get a call. And in this phone call, it says, you know what? Your child met with an accident, or you have been fired from the job. Okay, or your mother is very sick, and she just crashed in the bathroom and she just fractured her leg. Okay, and whatever is applicable for us. So when now if we go to get the good food in that luxurious place, will we find happiness? What do you say, Garima? Will we find happiness in that? No, Nandini Priyamataji is saying, no, we'll not find happiness. We, what do you say, Vidya?
Yeah, definitely.
No,
There is
right,
nothing to
right,
feel
right.
happy about. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
not feel happy. So one thing that we understood with this example is that higher than the bodily happiness is the peace of the mind. Okay. I wanted to I wanted to put a full conviction on this point that higher than this bodily is the peace, higher than the bodily happiness is the peace factor for the mind. So higher than the body is high, is the mind. Although materially we all have understood this fact, but it does not say in any of the books or literatures like okay, what it is. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that higher than the body is the mind, and higher than the mind is the soul. So I want to give another example in this. You will see that those people who do the physical labor, okay, those who do laborious job, but who may be carrying those bags, whether it is in India, US, any other country, they are generally paid lesser than those people who work out of their mind. Let's say an engineer who is working for a either a civil company or a IT company or whatever company, like who have to actually put their mind into action. So if, so if you think in terms of remuneration also materially, those people who involve their mind more, they are paid more than their bodily. Although the person who is doing the bodily activity, he may externally look like okay, oh, he's just dying out, like doing what is this 50 kg thing his bag is lifting, 20 bags he lifts in 1 hour, but still he gets paid less. So that means that through the experience, people have understood this fact, which Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. And similarly, higher than the mind is the soul, which gives the bliss factor. So now our so we want to, if you let's say if you think about this, if someone he's he has got a very good job. Okay, but right now he has not got, he does not have much good thing to eat or so. He knows that, okay, oh, I have a good salary, I have good package. Today, maybe the menu is not good, but eventually I'll get a good thing. And that way the mind is explaining to that person that, okay, yes, I am in a secure, I'll soon be in a better position than what I have right now. Similarly, so the mind can, so the point that I was trying to say with this is the mind can uplift the body. Similarly, the soul can uplift the body as well as the mind. That has the capacity to uplift the body and the mind. I gave this example earlier, but I want to once again bring this example. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was the CEO of Apple. When he was asked, he was diagnosed with cancer. He was asked, like, okay, what do you think is the future of Apple? He said, forget about that. I want to ask the doctors, can I get 6 more months to live? Doctor said, we are sorry, we are trying our best, but we can't do anything. All your, like basically your body is, uh, we can't give you a 6 month guarantee. This is a person who is an ideal for many person. He's an icon. He's, he has the, uh, the revolution that he has brought in the mobile industry, in the technology industry, has made him a role model for many. But let us try to understand, he's not happy. On the contrary, I want to bring about an example of His Holiness His Holiness Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj. You can Google him out. He was uh, he was diagnosed with melanoma cancer. Now, melanoma cancer is a cancer of the bones. Okay, and it it affects the spinal cord, it affects the bones. Because of this, his legs had to be amputated. Uh, both his legs were amputated. And just visualize for one moment that our legs are amputated. What would be our condition? Do you know what his condition was? He said, I am in such bliss, I don't want to trade this situation with anyone. And he was not just saying this, he was inspiring people by hundreds and thousands, actually, by millions. Nelson Mandela was being mentored by him. One of the famous boxers, Muhammad Ali, if you may have heard of his name, if you Google him, you will know he's um, he's a world champion, and he was being mentored by him. Um, there are so many people, like um, he was actually mentoring so many leaders from Africa, from US, from many different parts of the world. And this personality, he was saying that, okay, there is no one I want to trade my situation with. In that situation, when externally, if we look at him, it will feel like, okay, he's in such pain. He was also crying, but he was not crying out of pain. He was crying for Krishna. There is a video, you can Google it out. You can write it actually. Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj last Kirtan. Just see, he's crying out for Krishna. That that is what, like, when I saw this, when I heard this, I felt like, okay, this is a life that that I really want to live. Because everyone is crying for material things, but how long can we take our material things? See, think about it. Even if we are a millionaire, okay, I'm just giving an example, just whether we are in India, we are we are we have lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees, millions of rupees, whatever currency is applicable, we can we can take that. But even if we are a millionaire, okay, I'll take an example of a millionaire, Henry Ford. If you have heard of him, he is the founder of Ford Motors. Henry Ford was once asked this: what is the secret of your success? Okay, I know another person was asked this. I'll come to that first. Gavaskar was asked this. Sunil Gavaskar. Sunil Gavaskar, as you know, like I used to be a die-hard fan of cricket at one point of time before I came to Krishna consciousness. But then what happens is, like, okay, if you get a higher taste, you leave the lower ones. If you have kheer, why do you want khichdi? so, so Sunil Gavaskar was once asked this, like, okay, what is the secret of your success? He said, my hard work. I do this hard work, and that is the secret of my success. Now, question is, his son also did hard work. Rohan Gaskar did so much hard work. There are so many cricketers who did hard work. Why are not they successful? There is something which is there as karma, and beyond karma, there is something like what the Supreme Lord is authorizing. I'll come to this point. Just remember this point, okay, and just remind me. But I wanted to come to this point, like where Henry Ford was asked this question: what is the secret of your success? He said, I always make backup. Whatever position I am in, I make someone ready for that position, and then I move to the next level. Then I make someone in the I make someone ready for that particular level, and then I move to the next level. That way I have grown in my life. So he was once asked this, like, okay, so uh, do you have a backup for medical services in case you need an emergency? Yes, he said, this hospital, like from my mansion, this hospital is just 2 minutes away. Whenever I need a medical service, I can get this. But do you know, he did not get 2 minutes time in the last moment of his time, in the last moment of his life. He did not get even 2 minutes. Another example is Michael Jackson. He was at the peak of his career. He desired that he wanted to live 150 years. He could not live 50 years. Okay, he if even if you go to YouTube and search the mansion of Michael Jackson, it takes a helicopter ride to go to his mansion. and he had all the medical facilities, the best of world doctors at his disposal, but they could not save him. Why am I saying this? Because I want to remind one point, very, very important point. This is what our scriptures is teaching. Draupadi, she had 5 husbands, and these 5 husbands ruled the entire world. These 5 husbands were the rulers of the entire world. They were the strongest, they were the most powerful, they were the most beautiful, they had all the best qualities in the world. But when Dushashan was disrobing Draupadi, at that point of time, no one could help her. No one, not even one person could help her. And ultimately, helplessly, she said, "Oh Krishna, oh Govinda, oh Madhav, please save me." When she called out for Krishna, Krishna appeared there. No one could see him, but Krishna appeared in the form of sari. And Krishna, as Krishna is unlimited, so that sari was unlimited. Dushashan, who had the power of thousands of elephants, he could not, he became tired. He could not disrobe her. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. And if we want to take this in our life, I want to tell you one very small incident of a child whom I spoke to 5 days back. And that child, today, this child shares me the realization. I was so happy to hear this. So I was telling this child, and Param Prabhu, just refresh my memory. I want to make sure I am pronouncing her name correctly. This is Garima, right?
My daughter's name, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
Rabani.
Oh, just write that
Rabani.
name. Yeah, Radani, correct?
Rabani.
Rabani,
Rabani.
yes, yes,
Yes,
Rabani.
yes, yes.
Somehow, actually, so my memory is so bad. Actually, I'm so sorry. So, this child was of age of Rabani, and so this child I spoke to 5 days back, and I was just telling that Krishna is a friend of everyone, and if we just reach out to Krishna at any time, Krishna is always willing to reciprocate. And I was sharing him one instance of my daughter. So few years back, my daughter signed up for a mathematics Olympiad. So children, they can relate more, like, okay, with someone of their age. So this my daughter, when she signed up for this um, for this maths Olympiad. Now I'll be very honest, she did not prepare very well for this. So she was feeling very nervous. I said, okay, why don't you call out for Krishna? See if Krishna helps. I just said to her like this. So in this Olympiad, there was one has to play 4 games, and this was an interstate championship. So there were hundreds and maybe more than 1,000 people. I think 3,000 students who came from all different parts of the state, and they were participating. And it was not just one grade, but 3 or 4 grades could participate in that. So different levels of students are also participating, but they'll all be playing together. So 4 games. So my daughter, okay, she called out for Krishna. So first game she won. Next game, when she got that, so she now whoever was sitting right opposite to her, she knew him very well, and she said, "Papa, this guy is a very expert. I lose in this game." I said, "But you can. I told you, right? You can call out for Krishna anytime for help." So she, in her heart, she started crying out, "Krishna, please help me! Krishna, please help me!" Suddenly, before the game started, like before the counter went off, someone came and said, like, "Okay, oh," he asked the other person that, "Okay, why don't you move there?" And they shifted someone else to my daughter's place, and whoever was sitting here, so this person did not know the game much, and my daughter also did not know much, but amidst both of them, My daughter somehow won the game, not with her own credit, but it was just she for herself felt the conviction that, oh, Krishna is helping me. And then there was a third game which she lost, and there was a fourth game which somehow she was feeling very. She was saying, "Papa, I think this game, I got a game which I have not played any time, so I'll lose in this." And no one turned up. Whoever was supposed to come right opposite to her, that person did not turn up, and she was given a bonus point, and she was given a bonus point to win that game. So that's how, and she got a certificate. She was very happy with that. And through that experience, like, okay, she got a conviction that, okay, Krishna is there to help. So I was sharing this story with a small boy, just of the same age as Rabani. And this boy was sharing 2 days back, he had an exam. So he went to write his exams, and when he got the paper, he was thinking, oh, uh, I studied this, but I'm not able to remember this. And he was feeling very nervous. Now he started he was trying very hard to remember what was the answer for this, and he was unable to remember. Then he remembered my words. Okay, Krishna helps. Then he started chanting in between. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And he was constantly chanting. Then, while chanting, he remembered the answers. Okay, and in his mind, he said, "Thank you, Krishna. Only, only because you reminded me, I remembered these answers." Okay, and then he wrote the answers. And as he was writing, he was constantly chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So the one who was sitting next to him, right? He's a classmate. He pushed him. He said, "Hey, what are you doing? Please tell me also." "Oh, what is that you're doing? Please tell me." He said, "Nothing, nothing. That's not for you." So he thought, oh, I got a super thing. I will tell, means let me get through this one. So he was sharing this in so much excitement. And I was thinking in my mind, I shared this many times, but this science of Krishna consciousness is an experiential science. One who hears with faith, who applies this, will certainly, for sure, with guarantee, they will get benefited. They can experience this in their life also. So it is so powerful. Krishna is saying that, okay, uh, I am seated in everyone's heart, in every living entity's heart. And that is why we come to this most important point. Okay, we are in this Purushottam month. What is it that is of the utmost prime importance in this month? Let me tell you, and please hear this very, very carefully, because this Purushottam month, out of the 30-day month, we are on 5th of August, and this month ends on the 16th. There are still, counting today, there, uh, there are uh, totally, what is that? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. There are 12 days left. What is it that we can do in this 12 days? Let's say for those who want to start from tomorrow, 11 days. So there are 3 things that we can do which can really, really bring us a lot of blessings. But before that, let us understand what is the significance of this Purushottam month. There is one month named Kartik that comes every year. It comes in the time of October, November. During that time, it is also called Damodar month. And each day of that month is 100 times more beneficial, more powerful than any day of the rest of the year. Similarly, this Purushottam month comes once in 3 years. Okay, it is so powerful that Lord Himself has given His name, Purushottam. And this month is 100 times more powerful than Kartik, which means it is 10,000 times more powerful than any day of the year. And how can we get the most of it? Just three things if you remember. First thing is we all take bath. So when we take bath, there is a very high significance of taking bath in a tirth or in a pilgrimage like Prayag, Ganga, Yamuna. But not not all of us are fortunate to take bath. Not all of us are fortunate to visit such places in this month. So we can take the highest advantage by invoking Ganga Maya while we are taking the bath. And how can we do that? His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, who is an Acharya, he says that if we call out for Ganga three times, Gange, 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 or Yamune, 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 then by doing that, we get the benefit of taking bath in Ganga or Yamuna. So he said we should call out for Ganga. He said this specifically for Ganga, that Gange, 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 if we call out for three times, then by doing this, we are doing Ganga Snan. In our own bathroom, from that tap, the water that is coming, we are invoking Mother Ganga. So this is very easy, and it does not have, we don't have to change our lifestyle for this, and anyone can do it. It just takes less than 5 seconds to utter three times Ganga. Okay, the next thing, just like we clean the body, we should try to clean our heart. What happens if we don't clean our body? Then obviously there is a bad odor that comes out. Okay, and if you're unclean, then in that case, uh, I mean, we only ourselves feel more uncomfortable than anything else. Similarly, in our heart, lifetime after lifetime, there are traces of different conditioning that are there in our heart. Many times we'll see that, okay, we will have conditioning that, okay, we might have the tendency to get angry, lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, false ego. These are haunting us. Okay. Sometimes, even without our knowledge, it may have become so ingrained within us that we may not even get to know that, okay, these are troubling us. So, but everyone has this problem. And so, the medicine in Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga means, Kali means the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. The medicine in this age is chanting the holy name. Harir Nam, Harir Nam, Harir Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. We should chant in this month, and we should chant in every month, but we should try to chant extra in this month. When we chant more, see, just think about this. If we are chanting one round extra in this month, every round that we do is multiplied by 10,000. That means one day we chant one extra round. That means we are chanting, we are chanting uh, 10,000 rounds in one go itself. So it means that if we were chanting 16 rounds for 625 days, that is 10,000. So by chanting one round, we are chanting 16 rounds for 625 days of the remaining part of the year. It is so beneficial. And what does this chanting do? Its chanting helps in cleansing our heart. We may be sad, depressed, we may be having anger, different type of emotions we may be going through, but this is the medicine. That is the medicine of the heart. And even if we chant one mantra, if we are traveling, if we are walking, whatever we are doing, if we are lying down, if we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, just by saying one mantra, that means 10,000 mantras we have chanted. That means that we have, even if we were doing 16 rounds of 108 mantras, we have chanted for more than 5.5 days of 16 rounds of mantra of rest, any day of rest of the year. This, because if we are not able, even if we are doing, if whatever we are doing, if we just try to chant mantra constantly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. That way, we are getting benefited. This is an eternal benefit. Whatever bank balance that we all have bank accounts. Whatever bank balance we have, after 50 years, after 80 years in some cases, after 100 years, for those who are kids, that account may be there, but we may not be there. But this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, anything that we do in devotional service, it goes into a permanent bank balance. And there is nothing higher than chanting of the holy name. So this is the second thing. And the third thing is doing dan or charity. Charity does not mean just money. Charity means like, okay, we can do charity of different things. We can, if we have time, we can do some service. Okay, we can go to the nearby temple, we can do some service nearby, especially if we go to nearby ISKCON temple where we have the association of devotees. That will be very nice. Then there is charity of feeding others, prasad. We can feed others. Actually, yesterday I was talking to someone, they were saying that, okay, oh, we have arranged a program to feed many people in this Purushottam month. But Krishna says that the highest type of feeding others is when we feed prasad, and that too when we serve Vaishnavas, when we serve qualified Brahmanas, not just Brahman, but those who are qualified Brahmanas, when we serve them, that has a very high significance. We get a lot of benefit with that. There is also charity of knowledge. We can distribute Bhagavad Gita. We can distribute small books of Srila Prabhupada to whomever we know. And most importantly, we should also read that. Then when we distribute it, then it is more effective. So these are very important. So this kind of charity is very helpful. And it does not matter how much we do. What is important is that we do this. We take the benefit of doing this. We can do Gau Seva, that means serving the cows. So that will really benefit us. And like where I am in right now in India, there is a temple nearby, ISKCON temple. There are a lot of cows, very nicely maintained cows. They're so happy. Always like, okay, I was seeing one devotee. They are taking so much nice care of the cow. When they tell the cows that, okay, now you lie down, let me massage your feet, the cow just on hearing this lies down and just they just give their feet to massage. I was stunned actually because I've never seen this like in my life. And then after the massage is done, the devotee tells, now you can get up. And the cow also gets up. So I was so amazed and by seeing this, because uh, the cow is a mother. When we take care of mother cow, when we take care of Tulsi, Mother Tulsi, this is most pleasing to Krishna. And so unlimited blessings comes on us. And what to speak of doing this in the Purushottam month. So I would really encourage, and like there is also this very nice service of yes, last week Dinapan Gauranga Prabhu was sharing of serving India tribal care, which is where His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he is serving the tribals. These tribals, like few years back when I started volunteering for this, like I was seeing that how His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he would walk 8 to 10 kilometers just to get to those remotest parts of the places, arranging for medical facilities, arranging for their food, their clothing for the children, for schooling. In smaller villages, there are pathshalas, which is very basic school. Then there is in where there are more people, like in those cases, they have built schools. And then there is their medical facilities are there, building houses for them, water supply, you name it, and like that kind of services have been done. So such wonderful. I would encourage you to at least look into the India Tribal Care website. See, so much appreciations have come for these, for the services that they're doing. from the different sectors of even the government also. They have received so many awards. The website is not that much updated, but if you look into it, look, they are very, very nicely doing this service with very thin set of team. Um, so I would really encourage everyone to take advantage of this. And I wanted to ask one, does anyone remember that point which I asked to remember? Does anyone remember what was that thing? I asked that, okay, maybe we can remember this and we can discuss this at the end of it. Yes, Param Prabhu.
It was, I believe, karma that follows us everywhere.
So let me remind you where I said this. So when I was talking
It
about,
was,
okay,
I think it was about the secret of success. When you're talking about Sunil Gavaskar and Henry Ford
Yes,
and
yes,
hard work.
yes,
yes, hard
correct,
work.
correct. So it was about that secret of success. So where this Sunil Gavaskar, especially in that example I told. So what is that secret of success? If we understand this point, this is very, very important. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that if you approach me direct, if you approach me directly, he says, Sarva dharma parityaja maam ekam sharanam cha aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashami ma sucha, means surrender you leave everything and surrender unto me completely. I will free you from all your sinful reactions. And then if someone has doubt, at the very end he says, ma sucha, do not fear. So he also says in Bhagavad Gita, if you are approaching any demigod, any Devi, Devta, ultimately you are approaching me only, but you are coming to me indirectly. So just like if there is an elevator, you can go through the staircase also, you can go through elevator also. If you take to Krishna consciousness, if you become an Ananya devotee, that means I am no one else's, but I belong only to Krishna, and I will approach my Krishna for anything and everything. Then that is called Ananya Bhakti. That means Krishna is my only maintainer. So in that case, and in also in the other case, what happens is when someone desires for something to the Lord, okay, or even if someone is desiring, because Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart, he says that I know whatever is going on in anyone's mind, what desire a person has. I know the desire of a mosquito also. I know that desire that the person has not thought of it yet, that has not yet uh, come to this person yet. I know what he's going to think next and what desire is going to come out there. But within all these desires, many times we might see that sometimes our desires get fulfilled and sometimes our desire doesn't get fulfilled. Have you observed this fact? Has anyone observed this? No one has observed this? Okay, Nandini Priyamataji is saying yes, she has observed this. I think everyone is of the category that all desires are fulfilled.
No, Prabhuji.
No. Always we have this issue. Always.
so so there is Krishna is telling why is the reason for this. So think about it like this. If you understand this example, then it will be very crystal clear. So we have account of pap and punya. So pap means there is a negative point, and punya is like there is positive points. So for this thing, let's say one who is not doing bhakti, that person is living by the debit card. Whatever pap and punya they have accumulated in their past, they will get good good reactions and bad reactions for them. For that, they can approach any demigod, okay, Ganesh ji, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, this, that, okay, many things, okay, or anyone. And many people get confused, okay, about saint and God also. They think, like I was, like many people think that saint is only God, but that is not true. Saints are of different category. They are generally, like if it is a bona fide saint, then they are considered to be servant of God. They are not God. But what Krishna is saying is, like anyone who approaches even me indirectly, then even they are approaching some demigod, Devi Devta. Ultimately, they are approaching me, but indirectly. So when one makes a desire, it is like a debit card. That desire is checked against, like, okay, how much is his balance? He has 50,000 balance. What is his desire worth? 5,000. Then, and if he has approached, let's say, Ma Durga or Ganeshji, he'll say, okay, he has this much in account. We can be given it. Application goes to Krishna. Krishna, can we give him? He has that much point. Krishna says, okay, signed, approved. Then he gets it. But this person does not get to know that, okay, that Krishna has signed it. Why is it so? It's just like in a company when they give promotion, right? So the promotion letter comes from the the CEO gets the thing that, okay, this many promotions have to be given this year. He signs that thing. And when the person gets the letter, he gets it from his immediate supervisor. Oh, he has got promoted from this position to this position. His salary is so much. He thinks that his immediate supervisor is everything. But actually, behind the scenes, it's the CEO who is doing it. It's the chief executive officer who is running this show behind the scenes. Based on his direction only, it is happening. So similarly, Krishna is saying, Mayadhyakshana Kaunteya, this material world is running under my direction, under my direction. And if we take shelter of Krishna, what Krishna does is, like, okay, he knows what is right for us. Or sometimes the demigods, when we approach them, if we and I gave this example in the past, but I want to repeat this example. Just think about this. Visualize a college student. Okay, this student, like, okay, somehow many people when they go to the college, they get this addiction of smoking, drinking. So this guy got addicted to smoking. So, and his friend got him addicted. And in every time that he smokes, um, like his friend gives him all the cigarettes. So now he's busy with his college activities. He's working on his laptop. His friend comes in, he gives 10 rupees and he says, okay, give me this, or whatever, $10, whatever is the price of the cigarette. He gives that. And his friend comes and gives him. He does not even look there, like who is there. Every time he's giving the money, his friend gives him that box. Okay. Think about it. One day he does not look back. Someone opens a door. He said one box of cigarette, whatever the brand is. He tells that. Suddenly he sees that, okay, someone really flips his side, and before he could see anything, it gets a tight slap. Then he's like, okay, what is this? Then he looks and it is his father. Still, okay, what are you doing? You are smoking? Nowadays, like, okay, people don't slap. But if you look at it, like, okay, olden days in India, even in current days in India, like, okay, there are parents who are very concerned about their children. They may give a tight slap. And then it's like, oh, you're doing this smoking, it is impacting your health, you're spending so much. What are you doing? So why I'm saying this example is, many times when one approaches the demigods, they don't see like what is good for the person or not. But Krishna is like a loving father. He knows what is right for this particular person. He will give someone like, okay, that thing only which is right, if we desire for that. So it is very important that we make the right desires to Krishna. So I would suggest, like, okay, we should pray, we should ask Krishna that, Krishna, please bless me with what you think is right for me. This is a prayer. We can make it to Krishna that, please bless me with what you think is right for me. Please show me the right way. Please give me the association of your Nishkapat Bhakta. Nishkapat means those who are not, who do not have ulterior motives. Give me association of those devotees who are without ulterior motives. See now, generally outside, if you go to see in material world, there are people who have ulterior motives. I mean, they may give you a five, I mean, whatever, not five, but 500 rupee gift or $500 gift. But in the mind, they have a plan. How can I extract $10,000 from him or 10,000 rupees from him? Okay. We may not be able to, we may never get to know who has what in mind. And even so, even when we come across in temples also, there are many people who are who have enrolled, who may sometimes like, okay, they may still be carrying that same mindset. So we have to be very careful, okay, whom we deal, whom we associate with. Very, very careful. Because what we become what we associate with. Shakespeare is to say that, okay, you you show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. As I was saying earlier, no one smokes a cigarette on his own. No one takes a glass of wine of its own. It all comes through association. If you know someone who is a businessman, we can check it out. Like, okay, when he got into business, this person was associating with someone who has been a businessman, at least one person who instilled this desire. So what we associate with, we become that. Similarly, if we associate with the person who is without ulterior motive, we should pray to Krishna. Krishna, please make my heart pure. I want to become a pure devotee. I want to be without ulterior motives. Because sometimes we may not get to know. We may also have ulterior motive. So we should constantly desire for that. And that way, we can get the highest thing from Krishna. When we are approaching Krishna, who can give us anything, we should ask for something which is highest. If we go and say, okay, give me this house, car, it is just like going to a millionaire and saying, okay, can I get a quarter? Can I give 25 paise? Like that. That is nothing for him. He is Jagannath. Jagannath means he is the Nath of Jagat. He is the master of the entire universe, creation. He can bestow anything. So we should make that kind of prayer. With this, I want to um, I want to conclude this, and I want to ask, like, if any of you have any questions. I am extremely, extremely grateful for all of your association. I want to tell, I want to remind everyone. Just give me one moment. My laptop is getting discharged here. So I want to remind everyone that we have started a japa session. Um, we were doing that earlier, and at some point of time, like, okay, we wanted to reconvene and we wanted to continue that. We were already doing that in US. Now we are also doing it in US time. So sometimes I see like some of the devotees, like, okay, who are in US time join in India morning time because that is more favorable. But I would definitely suggest take the utmost advantage of this japa in groups. When we are doing it alone, we may get inspired to do, and our mind may run and here and there. But when we do together, our mind may still continue to run here and there, but we may be inspired to do more, and we may, obviously we will be getting benefited so much, which we ourselves will realize if we look 6 months after this, when we observe this Purushottam month, then we can see how our life is changing. We should continue to do this, and we should definitely try to avoid, if anyone is there, like, okay, who is accustomed to having a non-vegetarian food, we should definitely try to avoid in this Purushottam month. It is definitely um, advisable not to have non-vegetarian food, and if possible, avoid onion garlic as well, because onion garlic is considered to be food in the mode of ignorance. So this will really help us progress very well. And what is the meaning of progress very well? That means we become dear to Krishna. And what happens if we become dear to Krishna? Does anyone remember what happens if we become dear to Krishna? What is the ultimate goal of doing bhakti? Does anyone remember that? We spoke about this in the past. What does really one want, okay, by doing bhakti? Anyone? Love of Krishna. Yes, definitely. And what else? Yes. So someone is loving Krishna, and what is the ultimate goal?
Going back to Godhead,
Yes,
Golak
and
Dham.
Golok Dham. And what is the real benefit of going to Golok Dham? Moksha. Yes, moksha is there. We spoke about this because I want to make sure that we are very clear about this. Moksha is there, but a devotee never asks for moksha. When a devotee engages in devotional service, the the Devi of moksha, they run after the devotee that please take moksha. But the devotee is not after moksha. Moksha is just a side effect of this. So love of God, Krishna Prem is highest. I want to just clarify this thing. See, many people, they want to see God. But remember, when Krishna was personally present on this planet, at that time, Duryodhan also saw Krishna. Dhritarashtra also saw Krishna. And Pandavas also saw Krishna. But Pandavas were in love of Krishna. But Duryodhan, Dhritarashtra, and all the Kaurava brothers, they were envious of Krishna. Because of which, they always thought, they never thought of Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. They thought Krishna is playing some cheap stunts. That was their mentality. But Pandavas, they were, and what was their position? In in um, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Arjun is saying, "Oh Krishna, you you are the supreme personality of Godhead, but I never knew all these things. I was just sleeping with you. I was eating with you from the same thali we were eating. And what else we are doing? Like I was cursing you many times. And when in the battle of Kurukshetra, when Krishna was, uh, he became a driver. He became Sarathi. He was actually the driver. So Arjun, if he has to go left, he's he's when he's shooting the arrows, he has to chant the mantras, whatever mantra is chanting. But if he has to turn left, he cannot tell Krishna left, right, left, right. What he used to do is he used to kick Krishna, kick with his legs. On the left, if he kicks, then Krishna has to turn left. On the right, if he's kicking, he has to turn right. This is what a result of love is. And Krishna is in, and Arjun is friend. Because of his love, Krishna sold him. He he's the Gopa friends. What do they do in the spiritual world? Gopa friends, they are telling Krishna, Krishna, see, they are sitting along with Krishna. Krishna is sitting in the center. Everyone bought tiffin boxes from home and they are opening their tiffin boxes saying, okay, Krishna, see, my mother sent gulab jamun for you. My mother sent rasgulla for you. Someone else says, my mother sent idli for you. My mother sent dosa for you. This, whatever we can think. Someone is bringing nice kheer. Someone is bringing nice motichur laddu. Someone is bringing pulao. Someone is bringing biryani. All of these descriptions are there. Very nice item they're bringing. Hundreds and thousands of items. And then Madhumangal, one of Krishna's Sakha, he says, Krishna, see, my mother sent rasgulla. Just close your eyes and just take this. Then Krishna closes his eyes. He says, in the count of three, I'll put it in your mouth. One, two, and then he goes like this. Three. Tuck. Madhumangal puts it in his own mouth. And then he's saying, Krishna, and he's eating that one. And then Krishna, he opens his eyes. He understands that he has been cheated by his friend, Madhumangal. Madhumangal is still eating. Now, when Madhumangal is eating, Krishna does like this. As soon as Krishna does like this, Krishna is sitting right opposite to him. What happens is, in his entire face, the rasgullas, juice, everything is lying. And then Krishna is, what he does, he licks this. This is very tasty. Even when, think about it, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. There is no one who is higher than him. And this is his reciprocation with his friends. Even when Brahmaji is seeing this, he is confused. This cannot be the Supreme Lord. As Narayan, everyone is afraid of him because Narayan is well dressed, is in suit boot, okay, he has a good garland, everything. And as Narayan, like, okay, Gopas, his Krishna's friends, they once desired, hey, Krishna, you are our friend, right? Hey, take us to Vaikuntha. Krishna said, you will not like there. No, take us to the Vaikuntha. Then Krishna said, okay. In that same body, he took all his Gopa friends to Vaikuntha. Now, Gopa friends are used to Krishna. Then now, when Krishna went to Vaikuntha, he became Narayan. He is in Vishnu form. Okay. Then Gopa friends, they are used to that Vrindavan mode. They are seeing there that, okay, everyone that they are seeing, they are in Chatushbhuj form. They are in four-handed form with Shankha, Padma, Gada, Chakra. The Gopa friends are saying that, okay, everyone looks like Vishnu only. All his associates are like Vishnu. Then Gopa friends, they will pinch at 1%. Then that person is saying, hey, don't do like this. This is not allowed in Vaikuntha. You have to be with respect. Then they will go and pinch Vishnu. Vishnu is saying, he is very serious. He's saying, no, this cannot be done here. This mood is not at Vaikuntha. After playing all this mischief, they were told, no, don't do this, don't do that. Then this Gopa friend says, hey, Krishna, यहाँ पे मजा नहीं आ रहा है. Hey, we are not enjoying here. Hey, let's go back to Vrindavan. That is better. So in the spiritual world, one gets to play with Krishna. Is the gopis, they are having ras with Krishna. The animals, they are playing with Krishna. Okay, Krishna and Balram, they climb on this cows, they're going, or when they're small, they are chasing the cows, they will hold the tail and the cows will take them far off like that. Why I'm saying this is, in the spiritual world, any of us can be in this lila if we desire to. If we have that desire that, okay, I want to do this. When we offer a glass of water to Krishna at our home, it is that same Krishna in that spiritual world. Okay, and when we offer that water, if we desire, like there are services, when one comes in that Guru Parampara, then, and when one is following this, then in the spiritual world, their identity is revealed. There are many devotees whose identity in the spiritual world was revealed before they left their body from here. So that is the beauty of the spiritual world. If you desire, you can play with Krishna. You can have fun with Krishna. You can pinch Krishna. That is the amusement of one who develops Krishna Prem. I want to ask this question. And right now I'm saying, like, I can't see anyone because most of the videos are off. But I want to ask this question to everyone. How many of you really want to have this kind of relationship with Krishna, where we really, really step out of that window of where we are in this material world, always troubled, to a point where we are in direct reciprocation with Krishna. Whether it is pinching Krishna, whether it's someone may like to play music and they want to always offer their heart to Krishna by playing the music. Okay, it may be broken here, because we have limitations in the material. I don't have a good voice, but I want to sing for Krishna. Okay, Krishna is hearing this. Krishna is accepting. He has never told that, okay, come with a very good voice and then only you can sing. No. If that was the case, then when Duryodhan invited Krishna, he invited Krishna with 56 items. He cooked 56 items. He made a grand pomp, but he had an ulterior motive. His motive was, if I get this guy right, then war is won. He did not even look at. He just got down from his chariot next to all the army. Everyone was sitting with fan. Everyone was fanning there. Okay, to Krishna. He just got down and he went in the other small road. He went to Vidur's house. No, Vidur's house, no one was even expecting him. Vidur was not even at home. Vidur's wife, when he saw, so Krishna came. She was so nervous. Hare Krishna came. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What seat can I offer him? Because she was always thinking that, okay, what is the best thing that I can offer him? Anything that she's thinking, okay, this is not in quality of Krishna. Krishna has personally arrived. What can I offer? What can I offer? And then immediately she gives him a place to sit, and then she's so confused, she's so nervous that Vidur comes, he says, Hare, give Krishna, what do we give? He said, Hare, we have bananas, give him bananas. Then Vidur is saying that, okay, his wife is he's giving him the banana, but she's peeling off the banana, peels she's given to Krishna, and the actual banana she's throwing in the trash. And what is Krishna doing? Krishna is eating the peels. Krishna is, he's accepting the peel, he's eating that, and he's saying, wow, I've never tasted this type of banana. My dear friends, if we really understand this part, then our life, our journey is beyond our imagination. Because Krishna does not see what we have. Krishna is not there to accept. He is not after our money or fame or this, that, all these things. Okay. All he needs is our love. Whatever we offer to him with love, right? He accepts it. He knows how to reciprocate with love. You give him love, he will give you so much love. He will plunder with so much love. Okay, and this is Purushottam month. In this Purushottam month, there is a very beautiful prayer. I would suggest everyone to hear this while we offer ghee lamb to Krishna. We should all offer ghee lamb. Daily we should offer this to Krishna. Just like in Kartik we do. At Krishna's feet we can do 4 times. Um, at his thighs we can do twice. At his face thrice. And then overall 7 times. We can do the same thing to Radharani also. So with love, what can I offer you, Krishna? What is my value and what is the value of these things? It is useless. It is nothing. But I have brought this out of love for you. Please accept this. This is not my prayer. This prayer is told by Prabhupada, and he told, if you say this prayer, Krishna will accept it. And because Prabhupada has said it, guaranteed Krishna will accept it. Because if your child tells, Mama, this Prabhu helped me, okay, please give him some money, okay, because he is going through a struggle. Now you may have only, now you may be having only 5,000 rupees, but if your child says, give him 2,000 rupees, Mama, he really helped me when I needed it. Okay, you will give that money if you love your child. So Prabhupada is very, very dear to Krishna. And so for when Prabhupada gives something, okay, that is why we should read Prabhupada's books. And we should take, in this Kali Yuga, we do not have any strength of our own, but there is one strength that we have, that is Sangha Shakti. When we are together, then we have, it becomes like this fist. It is said, Ekaki amar nahi pae bal hari nama sankirtane तुम्ही कृपा कोरी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देह कृष्ण नाम धने. alone I don't have any strength to do any bhakti, but please give me that faith by which I can do this. Please give me that association of those devotees who do not have ulterior motive, who are not after my things, who are not after like, how I can be used, but who are there to give me that mercy. When we get association of those devotees, then our life is all set. If we take at least something out of that. So whatever I am sharing is whatever I have received from the Guru Parampara. So I would humbly request, if I am also a very novice, and I also have lot of, I am also a struggling sadhak. If there is something that has helped you, that is only the mercy of my Guru. That is only mercy of Srila Prabhupada. It is their glories, and they are using me to share this. But if you find there is something which I may have misspoken, that I may have hurt you, obviously unintentionally, then please understand that that is my impurity which I need to work upon. And I sincerely seek all of your prayers so that I can also chant the holy name sincerely. Hare Krishna. If there is any question anyone has or any comments, then please share um, um, a question, comments, or suggestion, anything I should be doing. I know we ran a little bit over, I mean, obviously like 20, 25 minutes over time, but I just wanted to share this because it's a very wonderful month of Purushottam. We all need to get benefited. So let us take this advantage. If there is anything that is unclear, or any comments, any suggestion that you have, please let me know. Hare Krishna. I can just see if anyone wants to digitally raise the hand also, you can raise it. Or if you want to unmute and speak, then you can do that. And if no one has anything, then we can stop here. Okay.
I have no
Yes.
question. I just want to thank you for the discourse. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Vidya. I'm so grateful. It is all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Shyama Karunamai Mataji. Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to just to share that it was a lovely class and the pastimes.
Thank you, Shyama Karunamai Mataji. Yeah, I think there is.
The pastimes of Krishna, Madhumangal, they were so sweet. I was listening to these pastimes and I was really visualizing them. So I really, as you were asking that who wishes to enjoy or be in these kind of pastimes with Krishna, so I was really thinking that I think this is the greatest thing. Who wants to be in this material world in all this jig jig pick pick from morning to night? But we all want to be there. This kind of this is really what I desire. After listening to your class, after listening to these pastimes, I was constantly thinking that yes, this is exactly what I really desire to experience and be in this kind of a scenario and not in the current scenario. So thank you so very much for this wonderful class.
Hare Krishna. So all glories to Guru and Srila Prabhupada. There is, it is obviously like when it comes to this spiritual world, I have also heard one thing which I want to just, as Shama Kurunamai Mataji was sharing, I remembered in this material world, we have limitations. Let's say someone likes gulab jamun, but if you have 20 gulab jamun, obviously you will have a stomach upset next day. But in spiritual world, there is no limitation. Okay, there is like the friends of Krishna, they will tell Krishna, "Hey Krishna, we want to have that food. We want to have that fruit in that particular tree. And Krishna will fight the demons to get the fruit for his friends. That is a friend. Krishna says he's the greatest well-wisher. So if we take this advantage, if we always call out for his name, if we desire for this highest bliss, it is possible. We do not have to wait for lifetime after lifetimes to get that. It is possible in this lifetime. Only thing is, we should have a desire. Because we have made many desires in the past. House, this, car, this, that, like, okay. But if we make the topmost desire that Krishna, I want to come back to you. Please show me the way. Krishna, I want to become a pure devotee. Please make me purified so that I can get engaged in your service. When we cook also, we don't cook in unclean vessels. Like whatever is cooked in the afternoon, we clean that vessel, and then when we cook it in the evening, we have a clean vessel. So similarly, if our heart is unclean, we cannot be engaged in the service of Krishna in a pure way. We can still do our service, but our impurities will still come out. When we continue to do the service, through the chanting of the holy name, which is the most important, our heart will get cleansed. And for doing service, we don't have to go to a temple also. Even if we are serving our family, we can think about it that, okay, this is the family that Krishna has given me. Okay, my family member, they scolded me, but let me understand that, okay, maybe Krishna has some plan in this. And let me not argue with them, but instead let me tolerate, understanding that there is some Krishna's plan in this. Let us pray intensely for them who are being harsh to us, who are being inimical to us, who are being envious to us. And let us also pray for those who are well-wishers of us. That way, when we think about everyone's welfare, we will certainly become dear to Lord. With that, I would like to stop this. Thank you, Jagat Krishna Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Our Gauranga Kuti friends, all the yatra of Gauranga Kuti ki jai, Jagat Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Please have a wonderful week in this Purushottam month. May you have a very blissful Purushottam month. And may all of you get strength, do this service, at least something which you are able to do. Some of these are very easy. May you get the strength to do this, and may you progress very, very wonderfully, sincerely in this path of devotional service, so that you can experience the highest bliss. Hare Krishna.